All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as self-evident. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. The world is like a dream, a magic lantern show. The images are there, but the light that casts them is behind us. Life is a tragedy for those who feel, a comedy for those who think. The degree of a man's wisdom can be measured by the extent to which he has reduced his life to order. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. The only thing that will redeem mankind is the love of the irrational. The more I learn about people, the more I like my dog. To live alone is the fate of all great souls. The only way to avoid being miserable is to love your work. The world is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. The only thing that makes life bearable is the hope of something better. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. Our life is what our thoughts make it. The world is a will to live, and that will is pain. The only reason why we suffer is because we want something. The more refined a man's taste, the more painful it is for him to be disappointed. The world is a riddle that cannot be solved, but it can be enjoyed. The only true happiness is to live in the present moment. The best way to avoid temptation is to yield to it. The more we know, the more we realize how little we know. The world is a comedy for those who think, a tragedy for those who feel. The more you know, the less you suffer. The only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. The world is like a dream, a magic lantern show. The images are there, but the light that casts them is behind us. The degree of a man's wisdom can be measured by the extent to which he has reduced his life to order. The only thing that will redeem mankind is the love of the irrational. To live alone is the fate of all great souls. The future came and went in a mildly discouraging way that futures do. The cost of a thing is the amount of what I will call life which is required to be exchanged for it, immediately or in the long run. Life is a funny thing. We only get so many years to live it, so we have to do everything we can to make sure those years are as full as they can be. We shouldn't waste time on things that might happen someday, or maybe even never. It is not time or opportunity that is to determine intimacy, it is disposition alone. 7 years would be insufficient to make some people acquainted with each other, and 7 days are more than enough for others. Don't worry if people think you're crazy. You are crazy. You have that kind of intoxicating insanity that lets other people dream outside of the lines and become who they're destined to be.